predominantly. The predominant nationality of these people was Bangladeshi. So I studied it. As the guards at the top were putting stamps on it, these guards, suddenly in formal lines, said, "No, you have to wait." People started to panic. Basically, it was chaos. My cousin said, "Have you got my passport? My passport, your passport? I don't know about your passport." So anyways, we said...
How long have you been developing your choreography?
This piece, we were doing a project at Musical Theatre, and that was going on for about 3 or 4 months. So we worked with different professionals, like people from Birmingham Opera Company and people from Dance Exchange. And then this piece between us we made in 10 days. And since this is our 4th performance of it. Yeah.
But the piece was inspired because we watched a piece by Akram Khan, so the piece was inspired by that.
Oh yes. And what were some of the difficulties in terms of the choreography for you?
Well, doing it in sync, like, usually we find difficult, but as friends, like, we quickly got, like, we easily made it between us and we got it quite quickly. Like, anyone used to say to us, like, 10 days, you made it in 10 days, but that is how we made it. Like, we stayed after bar for, like, a couple of hours every day and just made it.
And how do you think your skills have developed over that period of time to dance?
I wouldn't class myself as a dancer, so this was difficult in that sense because I'm used to theatre stuff. But I think this is just like bettered me as a performer, as a dancer, and physical theatre because it's just something I wasn't used to. So in that, yeah,
That's a challenge.
and we've had good feedback of it. Like people have received it quite well. So we was quite surprised, but we were proud of ourselves in that sense.
People say contemporary, so many different interpretations of what contemporary is, but as soon as you started talking, that tone is how we all joke with each, you know, and I don't know if you chose to do it that way specifically, is how we joke with each other about, that's how we talk in the office. So when you do it like that, it's like, no, that's so contemporary because that's what we're joking about, or that's what we're doing, so, but you made it equally as theatrical, and I think people always get a bit scared to do stuff exactly how we talk, or because people don't think it's theatre then, or and you did it because you did it exactly the same and it was so theatrical, it really meant contemporary and well presented as well, so it's nice.
It got really natural though, like when you said that it's happened over 10 days, I can't believe that because it's like, it doesn't look really rehearsed, it just looks really, really natural.
So when you say 10 days, you actually did the scripting and
We looked at the script because the script was actually it was from a piece of Akram Khan's work, but we like
Wrote it out,
yeah,
we watched the piece and wrote out the
right.
bits but we made the movement to the word. So at the same time as saying it, we added movement that flowed.
That's very nice. I wanted to see a bit more. So we want to develop this because it's a style of work I personally quite enjoy, bringing theatre and dance together, the movement element of it, and the storyline and political comment on it as well. So all of that works for me personally. So yeah, I would suggest work on it. We'd love to welcome it back at some point.
And we've got witnesses for that.
Surely.
I thought you did really well with the dance because you told me earlier on that you were actors, writers. So I was really surprised to see you start dancing. I thought. Sometimes it doesn't always work.
We're trying to shock you.
But there's an interesting comment because for Arts Awards, they have to kind of do a kind of new art form when they get the gold or a different dance. And I knew these two guys had been